So if you're building a brand or a business online, you've probably been fed a lie, a really big one, that your follower count, that number you check every day, is your greatest asset. But what if I told you the truth is, it might actually be your biggest liability? Today, we're going to tear that myth apart and show you why building your entire empire on someone else's digital land is a huge, catastrophic risk. And more importantly, how to build a fortress that you actually own.
I want you to just imagine this for a second. You wake up, you grab your phone like you do every morning, you open up Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and it's just gone. Your account, all those followers, your whole online business, poof, vanished. That sinking feeling in your stomach, that is the very real danger of building on rented land. It's a risk that every single creator is facing, whether they know it or not.
This quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You're not really an entrepreneur in that world. You're a digital sharecropper. I mean, think about it. You're working the land, you're planting the seeds, you're doing all the hard work on soil that belongs to someone else, to a Zuckerberg, to a Musk. And just like any landlord, they can evict you whenever they want for whatever reason they want, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. And that brings us right to the heart of the problem, what I call the illusion of control. We feel like we're in charge. We feel like we own our audience, that we control our reach. But the reality is, we're just tenants. We're living in this chaotic, super noisy, and dangerously unpredictable digital world. Okay, let's just break this down. Look at the difference here. On rented land, the algorithm is your boss. Your data is the currency you're paying with, and the threat of getting deleted is hanging over your head, always. Now, look at the other side. Your owned sanctuary. Here, you control the conversation. You own the data, you make the rules. It's really the difference between trying to scream over the music in a packed nightclub and, having a real conversation in your own living room.
We have all been sold this dream, right? Just create great content, and the algorithm will find you. You'll be discovered. And hey, for a little while, that might have even been kind of true. But today, that's a dangerous fantasy. The game has totally changed.
Here's the thing you have to understand. The platform's goals are not your goals. Their business model is to sell ads, period. That means they need eyeballs on their platform. Your content, it's just fuel for their giant attention-grabbing machine. You're not their partner. You're basically ammunition in a war for attention that, let's be honest, you are statistically designed to lose. Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now let's talk about the solution. And it's not just a small tweak. It requires a massive shift in how you think. It's about moving from just broadcasting to an audience to actually cultivating a community. And believe me, those two things are worlds apart.
An audience is passive. It's a one-way street. You're basically standing on a stage with a megaphone, shouting your message out into the void, and just hoping someone is listening. It's a monologue. You're just a performer. But a community, that's the total opposite. It's a conversation. It's multidirectional. You talk with them, and this is the most important part, they start talking with each other. The real magic happens when you stop being the main performer and you become the host of the party. And this one little shift changes absolutely everything. See, when you help your members connect with each other, you're building something called social capital. People aren't just showing up for you anymore. They're showing up for each other. You've helped them find their tribe, and people will fight to protect their tribe. Now, this isn't just some fuzzy, feel-good strategy. This is a cold, hard financial strategy. Because when you own the community, you get the single most valuable asset in the entire digital economy, direct access to your people. It's called first-party data. Just look at the value here. 100,000 Instagram followers, it's a vanity metric. It's practically worthless if you try to sell it or transfer it. But 5,000 active members in a community you own, people whose names and emails you actually have, that is a real, tangible, sellable, gold-plated asset. It's a direct line to them that you control. No algorithm can get in the way. So how do you protect this incredible asset? Well, the legendary investor Warren Buffett always talks about building an economic moat around a business, something that makes it really hard for competitors to attack. In the 21st century, the deepest, widest moat you can possibly build is your community. And this is more important now than ever. With the rise of AI, content itself is becoming a commodity. I mean, anybody can generate a decent article or an ebook in just a few seconds. So if your entire business is built on just providing information, you're building on quicksand. Think about it.
A competitor can copy your products. They can copy your website, your branding. They can even try to mimic your personality and your writing style. But the one thing they can never, ever replicate? It's the thousands of individual human connections, the shared inside jokes, and the unique culture that exists inside your community. That is uncopyable.
And that moat, it translates directly into money. Inside a community, you control the whole environment. You control the context when you make an offer. And as you can see from this chart, that trust leads to conversion rates that are just insane, often 5 to 10 times higher than what you'd ever get from just a random post on social media. The difference is absolutely staggering.
All right, so the why is crystal clear. Now for the million-dollar question, the how. How do you actually convince people to leave the infinite scroll of a social media app and join you in your own private space? The key is you have to create an irresistible pull, a reason they simply can't ignore.
We called this the velvet rope strategy. Step 1, you keep posting valuable stuff out in public. That's your billboard. But then, step 2, you create something amazing, some irresistible bait, a template, an exclusive workshop, a private Q&A. Step 3, you put that amazing thing behind a gate. It's available only to community members. And finally, you invite your best, most motivated fans to step behind the velvet rope. You're not begging them to join. You're offering them an exclusive upgrade.
This right here, this describes the hamster wheel that most creators are stuck on. The algorithm is this hungry beast that you have to feed every single day. The second you stop posting, you become invisible. It's exhausting. It's unsustainable. It's like being forced to repaint a giant billboard from scratch every single morning.
A community, though, is a totally different animal. It's an investment. Yeah, at first, it feels like you're pushing a giant boulder up a hill. But once you get it to the top, it starts rolling all on its own. It becomes this living, breathing organism, a flywheel of value that grows and matures, even without your constant frantic input.
And this shift totally changes your job description. You get to step off the content treadmill. You evolve from just being a content creator into a leader, a facilitator, a host. You stop trading your time for a few seconds of fleeting attention, and you start building a real, lasting asset that works for you.
Listen, if you remember nothing else from this, please remember this. Social media platforms are powerful. They are incredible tools, but they are bridges, not destinations. Use them as bridges to bring people to the home that you've built, not as the shaky foundation for your entire business.
So that really leaves one final crucial question for you to ask yourself. Take a hard look at what you're building online right now. Is it a real business built on a solid foundation that you actually own? Or is it just a beautiful sandcastle sitting right at the water's edge, just waiting for the next big algorithmic tide to come and wash it all away? The choice and the responsibility is yours.